Hello, good afternoon. Can I just sincerely apologise for the abrupt ending of the first video? Really poor preparation. I didn't realise that the device that I was recording these videos on had completely filled up, had no storage, and it just went and shut down. So I do apologise. We haven't got the view that we had in the first video. We are back in my home, and that little hedge you can see it just about. Quinn, that's my dog. So I do apologise. If you see Quinn kind of running around, you might pop up and say hello as well. Anyway, I digress. So massive apologies. We were just discussing planning, and I just want to re-go over the planning. And we were talking about making sure you do some absolutely clear planning in regards if you want to take the core curriculum, the core standard curriculum, to an outdoor learning activity. What I didn't get to finish was also the planning in regards to risk assessments. Now, this is going to be quite strange what I'm about to tell you. I actually really like doing a risk assessment for several reasons. One of them, obviously, you find the dangers and you can put things in place that could stop those things from happening. So that's always good. The second thing is, though, when I'm writing a risk assessment, I often come up with other ideas for other activities. I go, if I couldn't do that, or maybe I could do this with that activity. So I actually really like doing a nice risk assessment. It's a bit odd, isn't it? I bet some of you are thinking, he's mad. Anyway, so that's what we were talking about. We're talking about kind of putting core curriculum subjects into some nice simplistic planning with really good risk assessments and taking these activities outside. That also brings me on to another reason why there's a possibility of educators not taking children outside, and it can be fear. You see, if you're an educator and you have not got a love of the outdoors, then why would you try and pass the love of the outdoors down to children? That can happen. You can have educators that they themselves don't have a great relationship with the outdoors, and they either are worried about taking children outside to do specific activities, or just don't know how to interact with outdoors. And in regards to going back on ourselves to firelighting, I mean, that would kind of, alarm bells will ring with certain teachers and go, well, I don't want to do fire, therefore I can't do outdoor activities, I can't do den building. And that's my problem. They are not just outdoor learning. Those really secure lessons that they would love to teach in maths and science, that they feel really safe teaching within the classroom, just by a few tweaks, they can make it relevant and take it out into the natural world. That's what we need to coax and help with confidence with some of the kind of teachers or educators. Now, another thing I want to do is I want to talk about the programs that I'm trying to supply within my schools. One of them is the beach school, where you taking the children to, we're very fortunate. I look at the community around our school. I'm very fortunate. The schools within my communities are all kind of coastal, so I can use the environment of the beach to teach. So therefore, I will sit down and plan with the teachers, looking at their core curriculum, elements of science, maths, literacy, reading, writing, their topics, history, art, geography, etc., 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 and put it into activities tailor-made for that child's community in and around beaches. However, it's not just the beaches I use. We also have a program called Community Classroom. Now, Community Classroom, beach school, enrichment sessions, whatever you want to call yours, here's a kind of blurb that I want you to kind of think about. Imagine a program that would help completely enrich the education the child already has. But this program just enriches it. It makes it more tasty, more tangible, more exciting, and more relevant. And there's no better way of doing that than using their own community, their own geographical community of where they live, where their families live, where their friends live, where their relatives live, where their favourite places are. You know, imagine changing the concept of what a classroom is to a child's mind. It's not always this room where we sit in our desks. No, it's where you live. You can learn where you live anywhere, whether that be beaches, the woodlands around you, the Greenland around you, the towns around you, historic areas, community classrooms. Now, I'm going to read something to you now. So I apologise if my eyes divert down here. I just want to read this little blurb to you. Just check this out, all right? Ready? The collaboration and use of outdoor community spaces have been proven, look this up, have been proven to help with emotional intelligence and behaviour development in young children. Studies have also shown that those children who have access to outdoor learning develop their creativity, problem solving, independence, confidence, and it can even help with building on emotional intelligence as well as empathetic qualities, especially empathy for their own environment and community. Wow. See, this is what outdoor learning is. It's not just learning about maths, science, literacy, arts, geography, history, which is amazing and let's do more of it. But you are building relationships with where they live. They respect it more. They love the environment more. They have a relationship with it more. Now turn that on its head. Now imagine you're trying to do all these elements with a child that already has no relationship, has this nature deficit disorder. It's going to have to be small bite sizes to enable that child to now have a relationship with the outside. With regards to that, when you're planning, here's another element as well that I really want you to think about, please. We all know about equality and diversity. Imagine if I planned a rock pool session for a class of 30 and the session was to go down to a local beach, take our shoes and socks off, go in and out the rock pools, look in some of the rock pools, which might mean a bit of clambering over some rocks safely, do your risk assessments, discovering creatures, discovering marine life, data collection. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? But what if you have that one child who has physical impairments? What if there's a child that can't stand up, walk in the rock pools, have a little clamber? Please make sure you're planning this in. When I plan stuff like this, we're very lucky. We have something called Enable Cornwall. Now, Enable Cornwall is literally that. It enables people who have physical impairments to still get outside. So we can hire from them these aqua wheelchairs. They're like amazing wheelchairs where the child can sit in the wheelchair and we can push them into rock pools in these aquatic wheelchairs so they can interact. In regards to walking on the rocks, we find specific areas where the child can actually access the rocky areas to look at a rock pool. Please, I know what you're thinking. We all know that. We all know about equality and diversity and making sure we're being inclusive. But taking children outdoors, you've got to be extremely inclusive because, like I said, what if you're now working with a child who has these tendencies of nature deficit disorder where they don't want to touch the grass, they don't want to get dirty, they don't want to get muddy, the sand, whoa, can't touch the sand. So just consider all these factors. So once again, like I said, I apologize that the first video shut down really quick. This was just me kind of bringing it all back together, but obviously I'm back here in my little house now. I would love to hear any questions. If you want to send your lead lecturer, your lead lecturer, any questions to send to me, I would love to kind of, retort back. Or if and when we can, I'd love to come up and visit you, maybe even do some activities or help you plan some activities around your areas. Maybe I'll come and look at your areas, help you think, right, what can we do? What can we build? What can we put in place? Let's do this. So look, power to the people. Let's get kids outside more and more and more. And let's just enjoy the world and each other. And I'm definitely going to get a haircut because this lockdown haircut and this tash is not good. Listen, stay safe and well. See you all soon.